What's poppin'? 2020 has been a crazy year to say the least. Riots in the streets, deadly virus, y'all know. But in life, it's always good to find a silver lining to these type of situations, and in that, we got the NBA bubble. Now, down in the bubble, Adam Silver, shout out to you, 0 positive cases for COVID in the bubble. 22 teams were called to Orlando to do a season resume, as you guys know. And now out of all of this, we've decided to pick out our favorite moments from the bubble. So here we go. Now the bubble is pretty crazy, to say the least. But to top off my list for me is the Anthony Davis game winner against the Nuggets. The Lakers were playing in their Mamba jerseys, and whenever they're in those jerseys, Anthony Davis said that they feel like they let him down when they lose. So they cannot lose in the jersey. They only lost one time in the jerseys in the playoffs. Now, they're playing the Nuggets. Everyone said the Lakers had an easy ride to the championship. Not true. The Nuggets came back 3-1 against the Clippers. They're no joke. Whole game, game 2, game's going back and forth. Comes down to the fourth quarter, 2.1 seconds left. Using LeBron as a decoy. Like, if you're the Nuggets, you think the ball's going to LeBron James. No. It went to Anthony Davis, and he sank the shot. He said that he wants to be the player to come out and hit those shots, and that's exactly what he did.
Before the Clippers carried out their annual choke in the playoffs, as Jacob mentioned, they looked destined for the NBA Finals. Heading into Game 4, the series was starting to shift momentum in favor of the Clippers. The first 2 games of the series were back and forth, with both teams trading wins. Game 3 was crucial for both teams to win in order to build momentum for the rest of the series. The Clippers started stretching their lead in the second and third quarters, leading to a 130-122 Game 3 win. Not only had the Clippers won Game 3 to take the lead in the series, but the 7'3" do-it-all big man Kristaps Porzingis suffered an injury that would force him to miss the rest of the series. Heading into Game 4, Doncic was questionable as he was dealing with an ankle injury from the previous game. So let's recap. Clippers leading 2-1 in the series, Kristaps Porzingis is out, Luka isn't fully healthy, and Kawhi is coming off a 30-point near triple-double performance. The Mavericks already lost. Insert Luka Doncic. Leading a short-handed Mavericks team, Luka exploded for 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists, arguably one of the best performances in the bubble. And he carried it off by sinking a step-back 3 as time expired to win the game and tie the series.
Now, you can't talk about the NBA bubble without mentioning the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, the whole season, as you guys know, I was big on the Heat the whole season if you watch the show. But, anyways, the Miami Heat came out, beat the Pacers 4-1. Not surprised. I mean, it was a kind of an even matchup, but I knew Miami was going to edge it out. Then in the next round, they played the Milwaukee Bucks, the best team in the NBA, and they absolutely obliterate them, like blew them out of the water. No one expected it. Next round, everyone's saying, okay, Celtics, Heat, who you got? Honestly, I could see how people would say the Celtics. The Miami Heat pulled through, followed by Jimmy Butler. He showed the most heart I've not ever seen because I've watched LeBron James play, but it was pretty impressive to see him lay it out all on the line like that. He took this team to the finals, averaged 44 minutes, tried everything in his power to beat LeBron, but just couldn't do it. Got blasted in 6 games, but it was a hell of a run by the Miami Heat. Hats off to you.
The bubble was full of unexpected twists, turns, and surprises. Jimmy Butler played out of his mind and led the young Miami Heat to the finals. Favorites like the Clippers, Bucks, and Raptors also lost before the conference finals. We saw players emerge, Tyler Hero. We also saw veteran players choke right in front of our eyes. Paul George. But the one thing that has remained constant over the last decade is the dominance shown by King James. 9 finals in the last 10 years says it all. Averaging 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists in 28 games through the bubble, LeBron put to rest the claims that he was too old, too slow, or didn't have enough of a supporting cast. After a long and hard 2020 for many people, especially Lakers fans, it surely felt astounding that LeBron was able to win it for Kobe.
Now, my third and final favorite moment has got to be the collapse of the Los Angeles Clippers, blowing a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. The narrative the whole season was the Clippers and the Bucks were the team to beat, and they both lost in the second round of the playoffs. So I guess you can say that some people don't know what they're talking about. Beginning of the season, Kawhi shot a commercial. Y'all have seen it. This is my city. Yeah, well, not anymore. So Kawhi and Paul George both go out there and shoot like Helen Keller. Fourth quarter, they combined for an astonishing 0 points on 0 for 11 shooting. Now, this birthed a whole lot of memes. Love to see it. And also led to the demise of Doc Rivers' coaching position on the team, too. So out of all of this, the Clippers managed to put this amazing team together and get blasted in the second round and lose your head coach. So shout out to the Clippers for just being a terrible franchise. You guys are always going to be bad. And shout out to Kenny for loving Kawhi Leonard. Just stay you.
Where do I start with this next one? Not only was this series crucial for the NBA in regard to viewership, but fans also caught a glimpse of possibly the future of the league. The Jazz-Nuggets series. Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray solidified themselves as stars, capable of being the number one option for their given teams. I'd still give the advantage to Jokic for the moment, though. Arguably the most fun series of the entire playoffs, NBA fans witnessed both teams playing tough playoff basketball, hitting tough shots, and doing the little things in order to win. The Jazz took a 3-1 lead over the Nuggets as Donovan Mitchell was torching the Nuggets defense, scoring 57 in Game 1 and pouring in another 51 piece for the Jazz in Game 4. Heading into Game 5, the Jazz had all the momentum. The Nuggets were facing elimination, something they would become familiar to in the bubble. Game 6 was much the same as both teams exploded offensively. Back and forth, Murray and Mitchell traded baskets, but the Nuggets pulled away behind 50 from Jamal Murray to secure Game 7. Winner takes all. What a way to end the series. Game 7 was the complete opposite of every other game between the two teams, though. Both teams turned up their defensive intensity in a 90s-style defensive battle. Nikola Jokic made the tie-breaking basket to take the lead over the Jazz with 27 seconds left. The Jazz had multiple opportunities, including a Mike Conley 3 as time expired, to win the series but fell short. Jamal Murray helped a heartbroken Donovan Mitchell off the floor for a handshake and a hug and a show of respect for two players who had a memorable battle in the bubble. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, just show some love for the boys, And if you like this content, let us know what else we can do. We're open to anything. Just let us know. All right, love you. Out.